This episode of Rage Quit Radio is brought to you in part by Geek Out Games. Social gaming in real life.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning back into Rage Quit Radio. I'm your host, the Ronin in the Know, Mr. Joe, and today we're playing a game that, well, let's face it, we all love big battles, whether they be giant robots, giant monsters, giant people grown to magical sizes. But what happens after that? What happens when folks have to rebuild their homes and right those skyscrapers that are leaning worse than the Leaning Tower of Pisa? Well, in this case, playing Kaiju Incorporated, where we're not only rebuilding, we're trying to make a profit, both from the wreckage, a couple of dead Kaiju skin handbags, and, well, maybe some of those young, adorable kids who are trying to get into the new mega programs. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have went ahead and set up our boards for the start of the game for Kaiju Incorporated. We'll have each person introduce themselves alongside their industry corporation of choice, which, well, actually we randomly assigned, but, you know, it's fun to think that way. Anyway, first turn we have Nathan, who is playing as...
I am playing as Montersanto right here, and... yeah, there's nothing interesting. Based out of Washington, D.C. So, you know who they're sort of covering with the leaf and the plants, so.
I've got, this is Mike, and I've got Hawkesbury Limited, based in Canberra, Australia. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Anyway, and that is as much as you're going to get out of me, because I don't do an Australian accent.
I've been there, and you don't want to try.
Yeah, I know.
Trust me, you'd get razzed infinitely.
Oh, I don't care. I do a Scotch-Irish accent that I call Scots-Irish because I know it's not Scottish and I know it's not Irish. So,
in any case, I will be last in the turn order, but I am playing as Baba Yagic Corporation, based in Moscow. And I am infinitely amused at this.
So this is basically a drafting game. You see a little start player card over by Nathan, and that's because he is the first player on the first round.
Okay, so to start the game off, these are our choices here. I'm actually going to spend 4 and buy the anxious...
You don't have to buy it yet. I think you just pick one.
Yeah, you pick one, and then you have to decide to buy or...
Then once all of them have been drafted, we'll choose whether or not, in order, whether we're going to use it for its ability or buy it.
Then never mind.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick this one.
So that's your chosen card. Okay. We all do have certain locations that give us more VP at the end of the game. So, for instance, for me, it's Melbourne. Nothing out there is in Melbourne.
Actually, he's actually partly right.
Okay.
He chooses a card, and then he determines whether he's building it
Oh, he does that
or
immediately?
taking income
Okay.
immedially.
I'm fair. My mistake. Go ahead.
So are you
The
building
rule
it?
book is weird.
I'm actually building it.
All right, so you're spending the money.
So I am spending the money. Boop,
Okay.
Down to 1.
Alrighty.
That is in addition to the others you have.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to, let's see here. I cannot buy Kowloon because it's like 8 yen. I could get the ferry building, or I could get Tianzia Telecom. Let's do... Actually, let's spend 3. 1, 2, 3. And let's get Tianzi Telecom, because I like the idea of having stuff that triggers on other people's turns. So there's some stuff that triggers on your turn and other stuff that triggers on other players' turns as your rival.
And I will spend 2 to go down to 3 yen, and I will pick up the ferry building and build that because, hey, San Francisco, you're becoming a Russian colony.
Okay, with this over,
I'm not commandeering
we
the world.
actually discard
Yep.
the extra.
Yep.
We put out 4 more, and
And you start player, which will be me. So we have Kaiju Mind Control, Levi Stress Super Textiles, Pacific Xenogenic Research Hospital, and the Japantown Mall. Okay. I like none of that. Because I can't build none of it. Well, I'm just going to get this gone, I think. So, Actually, no, I'm not, because you jokers can't buy it either. So instead, let's do... Either of y'all have rival stuff yet?
Nope.
Nope. Cool. Then I'm going to discard Levi Stress Super Textiles. That will get me...
Your
actually,
reds.
no, I don't want to discard. I'm going to discard the Japantown Mall. Because I need some money. So that's going to get me 2. And that is going to advance my Kaiju attack track by 1.
Actually, let's. I think it activates your
It activates what
cards.
you've
So
built.
it activates what I built.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Same
you still
thing,
gonna
and I
get,
get the other
and
one.
you get 1 Eureka as well.
Yeah, I got that wrong. We're going to screw up the rules, folks. This is the first time we've played this.
Shocker. I'm going to do something very similar. I'm going to pick up the Pacific Xenogenic Research, but I'm going to discard it to collect income. So
It gets discarded.
it's going to save the effort of going down this way. So I will gain 3, going up to 6. 1, 2, 3. I gain 2 on my Kaiju tracker and 1 Eureka tracker.
Okay. And then you, sir.
Okay.
Which red card would you like to discard?
I will. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
So I will gain 2. I will go up 1 and go up 1.
All right, so Joe will be our new start player. Gaz Pew Energy, Hostile Takeover, Easily Panicked Masses,
Oh, I wish I could afford that.
and the and Latka Astrophysics.
I wish I could get the Easily Panicked Masses Stadium because it just screams fun to me. Instead, I am going to buy Leica Astrophysics because it's a Vladivostok card, and
Vladivostok is his chosen city. If you have the most of your chosen city at the end of the game, you get 5 bonus VP.
here you go, Nathan.
Okay. Let me see here.
Most of the trick just seems to be when do you want to build income and when do you want to spend.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I am going to go ahead and discard this,
So you gain 3
which gains
income.
1, 2, 3. I also gain 1 Eureka and 1 Kaiju attack.
Alrighty. Then to me, I will actually spend 3 and buy Gaz Pew Energy, which is also in Vladivostok.
Yeah, and it's a Rival's turn card.
Yes, it is. So, and we'll pass the first player card over. So now we have Zukov Maser Tank Base, Patent Lawsuit, Basalt Radiation Underground Center for Evacuation, and Cryogenic Robotic Cybernetics. That's a mouthful.
Say that twice, please.
Cryonic Robotic Omni Cybernetics. Once I figure out what it said, I'm better at it.
Okay.
So you're first player.
Okay, I have 6 yen, which actually will only get me 1 card. And it's not one I want.
But you would be denying a Melbourne card to the Australian.
I know, that's my thought here. And, why not? Just in case. So I will...
And he builds it, so you don't even get to use a Rival's turn.
Yep. So to me, let's see here. I will. How much money you got? 3?
Yeah, I can't.
1. Discard the military base. 2 monies. And 1 and 1.
I will discard the Basalt Radiation Underground Center for Evacuation to gain 3 money, 1 Eureka, and 2 Kaiju points. Oh no, those Kaiju points are building.
Yep.
Okay, so this comes over to me.
The more aggressive you go, the faster the Kaiju comes.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go in the turlet to buy Dynamo Stadium.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was about to happen.
Okay.
Joe? We have also Divine Farmer Agritech Institute, Band Dye Toy Company.
The Wuxia Superconductor. I will buy and build.
Okay. So just say, oh, they are different. Okay.
Yeah, Revel's turn.
Yep.
Trust me, if I get Revel's turn on these, I'm switching them on all that good, happy,
Okay.
fun stuff.
And I am going to discard. I don't think it really matters, other than take 2, take 1, get 3, get 2.
You want Kaiju quicker?
Yeah, exactly. And I will get 2 monies. 1, 2.
So do I, and 1 Kaiju.
I will get 1 money and 1 kaiju.
Ooh, y'all's kaijus are getting there.
I believe I am now start player.
You are.
Okay.
We now have No Bid Contract, ZM Precision Machines, Solar Hydro Energy Indoor Light Show Amphitheater. Good Lord, did these guys not believe in short names? And
The Durian
Biohazard Labs. Anyone that's been near a durian does realize they are biohazardous.
I'll go ahead and pick up the Precision Machines and bankrupt myself.
All right, Nathan.
Okay, well, I'm actually going to I'm going to no bid contract, spend 5, and hold on to this card.
What does it let you do?
It allows me to pay 5 yen to take 1 building card at random from the face down building deck and add it to your tableau.
You don't get to save it. You gotta use
You got to use it immediately.
So, is the 5 yen right when you pay it? Or
Yes.
So, technically, I would have to have 10 yen to purchase that and use it. Or is the 5 yen what I actually...
No, it's just what you get from the face down building deck. Yeah, take 1 building at random from the face down buildings deck and add it to your tableau. You're not paying for it.
Ooh.
Oh,
War Office Mobile Battle Droid Attack Deck.
that sounds like it's from Vladivostok.
It's not. It's from Melbourne.
Wow!
And it also lowers.
It's
his-
-1 to my kaiju.
Yeah, it's only from
That's
to
really
lower his
good.
kaiju.
Wow.
And is that a your turn or a Revel turn?
That's was.
It's my turn.
It's on
Okay.
it's your
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
card. And then to me,
That was worth it.
6 one way and half a dozen the other. I will discard that. 2, 1.
I
and
take a
1.
Kaiju attack. So any money I just gained is going to go away because the Kaiju of Mecha Thor reduces your bank account to 0.
Yep.
But I've dealt with a Kaiju, so we're good.
So you are now broke.
I mean, I was broke anyway. That was the whole point. I knew I was taking the Kaiju.
And
See,
Colgon.
that's a great way to plan for it.
Colgon is our current kaiju. He will discard 1 your turn construction card.
Ooh, I'm glad I took the bank kid. Y'all aren't so lucky.
Alrighty.
Start player goes to you.
Yes, it does.
Digital Information Network Global Organization, Shaolin Film Studios, Trans-America Anti-Kaiju Missile System, and the really, really, really big apartment building.
Oh, well, I'm actually going to lower my kaiju. I'm going to select this card and discard it.
So you have
Which
no change on your Kaiju.
Actually takes no change on my kaiju. Plus
Hey, thanks for the money.
2 to
Yep.
Eureka, which actually allows me to pick one.
Yep.
And each technology card, tableau, collect 2 VP. Well, I will actually take the acne cream. Nothing personal for myself. And it's now back at 0, and I get my 3 yen. And let's take this, repopulate that.
And it's the Kaiju Zoo Amusement Park. Okay. To me, let's see here.
I don't have Rival's turn for either construction or research.
Yeah, okay. I was kind of halfway hoping you did.
That I had Rival's turn on this for
Yeah.
this?
So I could jack your Kaiju rating up some more.
From 1, he says, as he's destined to get Kaiju himself.
Yeah, I don't care. So I'm going to. How much money you got? Nah, okay.
I don't have enough to buy anything.
The anti-Kaiju missile system I will get rid of for my Parliament House, which will give me 2. It's the last time the Parliament House will be of use because the Parliament House gets destroyed by Caligon. So, and I'm just going to put this over here since it's one of my starting buildings. That way I don't get it mixed in.
Right.
And the next Kaiju is Queen Ghidorah. I'm guessing is a riff on King Ghidra.
Discard 1 Rival's turn industrial card.
Yep.
How fun. How fun.
Okay, Joe. I'm going to slide that over.
Would you like
I'll discard the really, really big apartment building.
Okay.
which will actually help me. Since you discard the really,
I
really
mean,
big...
both of them would have helped you.
Yeah. But one helps
Just
me.
one got you gold, one got the one I used got you an Eureka point instead.
Yes, it did. And I shall take...
Ooh, Killer Robot Panda Factory.
Now,
would
did
be
you
really
select your...
I have not
He's-
yet.
Okay, that's what you're
good. He's doing it now.
For each card that does not generate Kaiju... Huh. Only one person here has that right now.
And you're not it.
But I'll take it to keep it from the person who is it. Okay, and we wind up with Kaiju-proof depleted uranium siding. And I am now the current player. Start player. Okay. The Wu Foundation for Ballistic Research.
Hey, how about the Killer Robot Panda Factory?
No. We gotta go with John Wu. The Wu Foundation for Ballistic Research. That's amusing to me for all the reasons. And I'll build it. All right, Joe.
Let me see a hostile takeover.
Okay.
Because I need to read the text.
Yep, you can purchase an industrial building from a rival's tableau, but you're giving them the money for it.
There must be room in their bank account for it.
Yes. We top out at 11.
Yeah, I'll spend 4 to hostile takeover. You may gain 4. Yoink!
It has to be an industrial building.
Oh, industrial. Sorry,
Has to be red.
I was thinking the wrong one. Never mind then, because I can't get the one I would want, which is 9. I need to read cards more thoroughly. That's what that proved. I will trigger. I will discard the bottom.
I will say, in the interest of fairness, you could buy Gatsby Energy, which is a lot of stock card, from me.
This is true. Or I could try and trigger Queen Ghidorah on you so that you wind up having to discard one of your rival's turn cards.
Yeah.
Well, I think I can't avoid that one way or another. Yeah, sure. I'll get my Vostok card from you.
Okay.
So have 3.
Alrighty. There you are. Takes me back to 6.
And I'm going to discard Killer Robot Panda Factory to gain 3. 1, 2, 3. Gain 2.
That doesn't trigger. You were at 3, right?
Instead
Oh, right. I'm at
0.
1
Yeah, you're
away
at 5
from
now.
that. So 1, 2, 3. I get my money
It
back.
triggered Joe's rival buildings. So, you start player. Carry Orbital Argon Laser Association, the construction version of Hostile Takeover, Orwell Drone Technologies, or the Downtown Underground Nuclear Detonation Emergency Exit.
Hi, hostile takeover.
Now he can get the one he wants.
I'll take that. You gained 4.
Deja vu. 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Mama needs a new pair of shoes.
I don't think you're going to complain too much. You could buy the 7.
Yeah, I could.
But I couldn't afford it, so I was like, I'll go on that.
I'm actually going to spend the 4 because San Francisco is my... No. Oh, yeah, for the most San Francisco cards.
Yeah, San Fran's your time.
San Fran, here we come. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. There. Sorry about that. Counting.
You see, it worked out in the long run. You still got a card that gave you 1 income for free. I could have bought that one and not given you money. I just like industrial.
Well, thanks.
I'm going to wind up spending 3. And I'm going to get the Downtown Underground Nuclear Detonation Emergency Exit. Which just happens to be in Melbourne.
Just happens.
Just happens.
There's a lot of Melbourne coming up.
All right, so
Don't worry.
that goes away.
It looks like that cycles pretty quickly.
Yeah, it does.
Emperor Norton Baby Kaiju Research Foundation, the Nimitz Flying Drill Ship Dry Dock, Electronic Mecha Unlimited, and Golden Gate Electric Kaiju Net.
Another 9-cost card of really, really valuable stuff.
Yeah, really.
Too bad no one has the price for that.
Well, I'm actually going to do the Electronic Mecha Unlimited for 4.
Free income is free income.
Yeah, it is.
And red is really good for you now.
Yeah.
And for you, sir.
Clockwise.
Yeah,
You're up.
so it is. Wheel. I will discard the Golden Gate Kaiju Net. That will give me 2. Puts me back to 5. 1 and 1. Alrighty.
Alas, I can't avoid it. I'm going to get the same income no matter what. Oh well. I'm going to discard the Nimitz Flying Killing Didoc.
Yep.
Okay.
I get a Eureka. I also trigger Kaiju, so I have to destroy an industrial.
Industrial.
Discard pile.
Okay. And the next one is... For each construction card in your tableau, gain 2 VP. For each your turn construction, you gain 3. For each rivals, you gain 3.
Kaiju approved depleted uranium sighting.
Kaiju milk non-dairy cream. And our next Kaiju is Gyros. Discard 1 rival's turn technology card.
Nice. Well,
You want to force him to trigger that.
Am I the start player now?
No, I am. It just cycled from him to me.
No, because I was last in the round.
He acted last.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well,
yeah, you did pull first. You went first, I went second, he went third.
Oh.
So, there ain't squat there I can buy.
Shocking, isn't it?
Not really. So, that said, I will discard the Fabergé Kaiju Egg Factory.
Thanks for 2 income.
You're welcome. I will also take 2 income. There you go.
I will.
the star
It's
player
me,
doesn't move.
but you go next.
I will discard. As much as I'd love the genetic engineering, but I can't quite afford it. So I'll discard the Hokkaido Scientific Kaiju Research Center.
Thank you for your contributions.
Yeah, but it also gave you Kaiju.
I don't care.
Hey, there's
We're Australia. Most of it's deserted wasteland anyway. We'll send them to the outback. The snakes will get them.
There is nothing I can afford, so and it doesn't matter which one I discard. I am activating
Blue, so
there. So I take 2 Kaiju. I take 1 Eureka, and I take
4 monies.
4 money.
All right. The Royal Orbital Observatory. And you got your first player token?
Uh-huh.
Tchaikovsky Piano Cannon Factory. Tokyo Maser Defense Tower.
if only I had 2 more money.
And the Kaiju Cloning Lab.
If only I had 1 more, because that's a really good card. I'm going to trigger the...
Just some of the artwork and the names of these cards is ridiculous.
I want to trigger the Cloning Lab, but that would actually trigger the Kaiju attack for both me and Mike. How does that work?
That
We
it
both
happens.
get hit by the same Kaiju.
Yeah.
Oh!
It just
From the
hits
same
both
time?
of us.
Okay,
Yeah.
then yeah, I'll discard the Kaiju Cloning Labs and trigger that.
Okay.
So I get a Kaiju attack, you get a Kaiju attack, but hey, I have no Rivals Turn Technology
Kaiju
cards!
attack for everybody.
Okay.
I get a Kaiju attack. You get a Kaiju attack.
So Gyros goes down to Australia and the Russians are like, wind? What is this wind you complain of?
Amanda. This is the attack of the 50-foot woman. Gives 1 new product card to the player with the fewest new product cards. If multiple players are tied for fewest, choose 1. If you have or are tied for fewest, do nothing. So you can't give it to yourself.
And if you're tied for lowest, you don't give it to your rival either, though.
Right.
So it could be worse.
So I'm going to discard the piano cannon, because everyone needs a piano cannon.
Money, 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 money.
My Kaiju stays the same. I actually gain 2 Eureka, and I'm going to take just the straight 5 VP.
No
Not a
real
bad
reason
plan.
not to.
And I also gain 4 money.
Kaiju
We're both
Mojo-
rich.
Kaiju
Actually,
Mojo
really is.
enhancement pills. All right, well, I'm going to spend 9, and I want the Tokyo Maser Defense Tower. Why?
I was kind of hoping you would go that way to deny that, but you know.
Because it's anti-Kaiju stuff.
Yep.
Well, I didn't have that much. I didn't
All right.
You could have just taken income to deny it. Don't lie.
They
No,
give
'cause then I
Dorel.
would've-
All right, so now Nathan's start player. We got the Gira Dorella Candy Factory and the Stoknaya Distillery. And Hostile Takeover and Pacific Xenogenetic Research Hospital.
Okay. Well, there's no better time to trigger a Kaiju attack when it doesn't affect you.
Seems like a good time
mean-
to do it.
Actually, what he really wants is for one of us to trigger it.
But let me see here.
We both will gain a new product for this.
Yeah,
No,
if you,
actually, if you're tied or are tied for the fewest.
if multiple players are tied for fewest, you have to choose one of us.
Right. So I just pick one and choose one.
Yeah.
So that's not that big of a deal.
It's only if you would get it or if you would be part of the tie that nothing happens.
Right. So technically, he's still giving one of us VP.
You're giving one of us VP.
Right.
Of a kind. And you can't really. Well, you could hostile take over Australia. He has room in his bank fund for it.
I could. will.
I mean, it would be a start location, which, you know.
No, I think I will. No, I think. Well,
Actually, if he discards a red one, he stays Kaiju neutral. He would
Right.
lose one and gain one.
but
Right,
if
but
I
he
ever
has-
trigger, then I may have something negative. Where this is a little possibly negative, but not huge. So I'm going to go ahead and discard this.
Okay.
Trigger Amanda. I'm going to
Gives me a bunch of stuff.
gives me 2 yen, but I can't
Can't.
collect it. So there, and I'm going to do for rival turn construction, which you have none,
None of.
I am going to.
Okay.
So that may bite me in the butt later, but we'll see.
Fun fact, now that your turn is over, you did keep yourself from being hostile takeovered.
I did keep myself from being hostile takeovered.
Hostile takeover requires you to have space to collect the income.
Yeah.
So no one can hostile takeover your nice little anti-kaiju building.
Yeah.
To be fair, you wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to spend that down either.
I meant to do that.
New kaiju gets flipped.
Yeah.
Wow. Gotcha, Manera. You are not one of the players with the fewest new product cards. Discard 1.
Yeah. legally distinct from Gamera. Anyway, yeah. Just because you have money, and I don't want you to be able to use it.
Are you discarding that?
Yeah.
Oh, I get 2 money. I can't get monies, but I do get 1 kaiju. Because I am tapped out on monies.
Yep.
I will pick up the distillery because it is a Vladivostok stock card. And because I can afford it.
Okay. So I'm now the start player. We go back to having the Fabergé Kaiju Egg Factory, Hostile Takeover, Hokkaido Scientific Kaiju Reserve,
Killer
and the
Panda
Killer Robot
Robot
Panda
Factory.
Factory. And I'll take the start player card. I am at 4. Can't buy a squat. Can't buy a squat. Don't want to lose squat. So I'll get rid of that one. Bada bing, bada boom. 2, and hey, I get something. Hey, for every construction card in my tableau, collect 2 VP. I has those. So,
Let's reveal a new one. For every 2 Eureka in income in your tableau, collect 1 VP.
okay.
I will trigger another. The only one who has any rivals turn anything between the 2 of you is Mike, and it's not there on the field.
Right.
I will discard the Killer Robot Panda Factory to deny you it, for 1. For another, because I wanted to get a Eureka moment. And
How is
it
that
gets me
movement
income.
for you?
I will grab the Aquatic Kaiju Fish Farm.
Okay. 10 VP minus 1 VP for each new product you have. Well, then that's
That seems like one you want to use Amanda on somebody with.
a baby Thorzilla advertising mascot.
So, would you like the Fabergé Egg Factory, or would you like the Kaiju Reserve?
Well, let's see.
Because sadly, you still can make use of both of them.
Well, I think I'm going to go with this one because that
Go down to
triggers-
2 yen. That triggers Eureka moments, like, man.
Yeah. Alrighty.
And that becomes
Joe is now start player. And we get Bakemono Science Institute, Shaolin Film Studios, Band Dye Toy Company, and the Transamerica Anti-Kaiju Missile System.
Don't have the cash for that missile system. Don't particularly want any of those. I will You have 6. You have no money, but you could buy the Shaolin Film Studio.
I could.
You have 6, which means you have a lot of options no matter what I do. I'm going to have to buy something here. Or I want to get Kaiju'd. I will buy... I want the tech, or do I want the... I will buy the Shaolin Film Studio for 2.
Okay. So there's your Shaolin Film Studio.
So, sounds good. My turn. I don't want to buy anything because I can't. And I will discard... yeah. Just because I get 4. I get 2.
So do I. Alright, well, I'm getting Kaiju'd anyway, but I don't have any Rival's Turn cards, so whatever. Legally distinct from Godzilla, it's Gazonga! Discard 1 your turn deck card.
Oh, that's funny.
And I will discard the Transamerica Anti-Kaiju Missile System, which will get me 1 yen. No Kaiju, but 2 Eureka. Okay. The Divine Farmer Agritech Institute, Levi Strauss Super Textiles, the Nimitz Flying Drill Ship Dry Dock, and the really, really big apartment building. Because it's really big.
Back to the really big apartment building.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. Okay, 6. You have 7. Okay. I have 6, so I could buy that or that. So worth 1 Kaiju.
The answer is yes. Kaiju happens.
Yeah, I don't think you avoid Kaiju in this game.
I want a bumper sticker that says that.
Kaiju happens.
Kaiju happens.
Look for that on the Cafe Press store, cafepress.com/ECS Network.
We play enough Kaiju-related games.
You know, we have it. At this particular
and we used to
taping...
do, plenty of Godzilla stuff on the...
Yeah, we've done enough. We've done King of Tokyo and check a couple weeks ago for that. And Kaiju Incorporated just at this taping. So, yeah, maybe I'll make a Kaiju Happens Rage Quit Radio shirt.
There you go.
So, you can buy one.
I will.
Okay, I'll let you know. All right, I'm next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I do want to see the design before it gets made.
Oh, it'll look pretty good, I think. I gotta figure out how to work the Rage Quit Radio emblem into it somewhere. We'll get rid of the really, really, really big apartment building so that I can get...
It's not leaning.
2.
That's inaccurate.
And 1.
And 2 Kaiju.
Nope.
Oh, those are Rivals' turn. Sorry.
Yeah, the other 2
I
are
keep
Rivals.
forgetting those are Rivals. That's why I try and separate mine. My turn, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What do I do for the Klondike Bar? I don't have to worry about Rivals' turn for anything that's out there because,
Right. Well, he'll get a free
Oh, he
item.
has Rivals' tech now.
Yep. Da, comrade, you have to worry about the capitalistic pigs.
I'll discard the Nimitz flying, whatever. So I gain 3, and 2 Eureka.
Okay, so that's gonna make me start player. The Hot Robot Made Research Foundation. Okay.
This is going to be good for Eureka for me.
Alrighty. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll get rid of that one. I'm gonna get rid of the Zukov Maser tank base.
Curses! Curses!
2, 1. I gain a new item. And I think I shall have... Yep, I'm going to get Baby Thorzilla. Because right now he's worth 8 VP. If he's worth less later, that's fine. Mutant Super Soldier Gene Therapy. 12 VP minus 1 for every kaiju in your every kaiju icon in your tableau.
Wow. That could be good if you were really, really thorough about not getting kaiju, but this is not that game.
Not really.
I'll spend 6 to get the genetic engineering.
Okay.
Well, I have no money.
I wanted to buy something else, but it got discarded.
So I
You're
will discard Hot Robot Made Research Foundation. And
Hi, I trigger a new product thing. I will grab the...
actually, yeah,
Do you get your trigger as well?
I do not trigger.
Okay.
I just wanted to
Because
make
you would
sure.
actually, I think, choose first. Since you
Yes,
trigger.
I would.
Give me the male enhancer pills, I guess.
Okay, there you go.
Russians like muscles.
All right, so that makes
There's
Joe
no
the
shame.
start player. No bid contract. Basalt Radiation Underground Center for Evacuation, Hostile Takeover, and the Carry Orbital Argon Laser Association.
Wow. Now I wish I had more money than I do. Oh, well. I'll do the no bid contract.
Okay,
So
so
I have a 5.
you get one random. So grab your rando. And it gets
Okay.
added to your tableau.
No, I don't.
What is it?
Special action. Does that say if I trigger that, or do I draw again?
I'm guessing you just drew a dud. Or no, it says take one building card at random from the face down buildings deck.
That's not a building
This
card.
is not a building card, so draw
So I just draw
again.
again.
That's going to be my best guess.
Ooh, awesome. Solar Hydro Energy Indoor Light Show Amphitheater. Score!
Everyone needs one of those.
Yeah, they're all the rage, aren't they?
Oh, but now we can almost force you to kaiju every turn if we so choose.
The wealth of no red.
Oh, I said almost. All right, you good, sir.
Okay. I will.
You have no money, so you're not hostile takeover.
Yeah.
But you might want to see. Well,
You
I
might
guess I
wanna-
don't care.
Keep that off out of his hands.
Oh,
And so I will take 2 Kaiju, 1 Eureka, and I'll pick my card in a second. And 4 monies.
I'm just going to do this because
Oh,
it
you're just
affects
chucking
no
it.
one's. Yeah, I'm just chucking it.
Okay, I figured you would steal the Mecha Pilot Junior High School.
Oh, wait a minute. That's an option. That's an option.
It gives me more money for next turn. I'm not exactly against that. 'Cause you have to pay me.
Nah.
Okay, I'm going to
Just chuck
take
it.
this one.
Oh, you were figuring out your Eureka.
I
Yeah.
was trying to figure out my Eureka. Oh, too bad that one
Kaiju
wasn't up.
Fagua. All right. Kowloon Defenseless City. Digital Information Network Global Organization. The Kaiju Cloning Labs. And
Telecom.
the Tanzia Telecom.
No, I just passed
Oh,
that
you
down.
just passed it to him. Okay.
What is it with no red? Son of a gun.
I think he
Because
bought
between
most
you
of
and
it.
I, we've bought most of it.
Shush up. I
I
didn't
mean,
want
there's a handful in the discard
I
pile.
wanted to complain, not get an answer.
Well, tough. You got an answer.
I will, let's see, discard one of your technology cards.
You have several.
Yeah, one of your turn technology cards.
Your turn. Oh, that's not that bad. So I will actually trigger.
Yeah, you have a 4-coster that you can just chuck instead.
Yeah. I will actually discard this,
Okay.
which gains me 4 monies.
What color was that? Blue?
Blue.
2 Kaiju, and I will discard.
It hits. Okay, so Gazanga will hit both of you because you're both going to kaiju on the same turn.
Yep.
I hope it hurt you more than it hurt me.
Not really.
Darn.
1 science and 1 bread. Kaiju.
Thorzilla.
Again.
No, it was Mechathor earlier.
Oh, that's true.
So you discard 1 card of cost 7, 8, or 9.
Ouch.
So
If it weren't for the past 2 turns I've bought things and rolled the dice, I'd be doing that one and be fine with it.
all right, I will discard that, and I will Eureka. Let's see here. Straight 5 EP.
Yeah. Master lawnmower or Macer lawnmower.
The Mazer lawnmower. John Deere is now mechanizing their lawnmowers, or weaponizing them rather.
Okay.
I will. It doesn't really matter which one I discard. I'll gain.
I actually gained 2 VP for that, or 2 Eureka. Sorry.
Yes, I'm
Wrong
well aware
game.
that we were stuck in giving you Eureka.
All right, so over to me.
Yep.
We get the Japantown Mall, Easily Panicked Masses Stadium, Gazpew Energy, Patent Lawsuit.
Looks like that's a way of stealing new products.
Take 1 new product at random from the face down new products deck
Oh, even more interesting.
for 9. Is that genuinely worth my time? No. Well, maybe. I mean, it's free crap. Yeah, why not? I'll do the patent lawsuit.
If you pull a Kaiju handbag, does that trigger it?
No, it actually has to pop up here.
Oh.
I also happen to know they're the last 5 cards in the deck. Kaiju Burgers.
Oh, nice. Another free 5 VP.
Yep.
Mr. Joe.
What's your Kaiju tracker at?
Mine? Is
4.
it? Mine's, 4.
I'm at 0.
I will discard Japantown Mall to force you into Kaijuing.
Yep. I had no way around it, which is why I didn't bother. And that is going to force me to discard the Mazer Defense Tower.
And I Eureka off of that. I will grab
Blobstera.
Mazer Lawnmower.
Why? Do you have some industrial cards?
You know, it's kind of a thing.
And a Kaiju Horn Traditional Medicine. All right, which one are you grabbing?
I will discard red. Industrial, which will...
Hi, that will force me to Kaiju.
But you have no Rivals Turn construction cards.
Exactly, so I'm okay with that.
I will put there.
And I max out my cash.
Kudzus.
Actually gain 4 Eureka. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll grab that.
Adolescent Ninja Frog
And
Retrovirus.
actually go up 1.
Okay.
I got money to burn.
Tyrian Biohazard Lab, Tokyo, you said Golden Gate Kaiju Net, the electric net, and then the Royal Orbital Observatory.
There's only one choice here. Golden Gate Electric.
Yep.
It was an easy choice. Not that the Tchaikovsky Piano Cannon Factory wasn't also tempting. But I didn't want you to have a power block of technology.
Yeah. One, two.
Now I understand when it says we will rebuild on the back of the cards.
I will actually
It gets knocked
Trigger
down. It gets picked up
the
again.
piano cannon again, which will 1, 2, 3, 4 cause me to. I'm gonna actually take this one here.
Refill it, and I get to pick one.
1, and then
Kaiju do fertilizer. For every your turn card in your tableau, you collect a VP.
wow.
Hi. Do you know what this one's a reference to?
That's from Pacific Rim, is it not?
Exactly.
Okay, and then to me, well, because I needs the money. So,
I get 2 Eureka.
that was a 3, so it's been 5.
$5.
All right.
Kaiju. Goodbye, high school.
Patent lawsuit, Japantown Mall.
So do we need to?
Company.
Yeah.
Yes, because he just
Had to
Kaiju.
destroy a construction
Queen
like
Conga. Start player.
Oops.
Okay.
Passes.
Okay. Well, I'm at max. Let's see. Purchase a construction building.
You could buy my ferry building. You can't touch Moscow because you can't make me go over. But you have options here. Lots of them that happen to be rival turns too.
Patent lawsuit. Why don't I just do that? Well,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's also a really good option.
yeah, I'll just pay 9 to oh 4. Oh, that should have.
That doesn't trigger the end of the
Don't trigger
game.
the end of the game until it pops up in here.
Okay.
So that's the patent lawsuit out of the thing.
Yep.
Mike?
To me. Let's see here. I can't force myself into that. Doo-dah, doo-dah. I can do that. Yeah, do that. Okay. No, I can't do that. Never mind.
I like how you keep looking at me.
Well, yeah, you have the money.
Also means I cap out quick.
Yeah. I'm going to get rid of the hostile takeover.
Oh, you're just discarding it?
Yep.
Okay.
'Cause-
None of us rivals turn for that, so you're good.
Yep.
For lack of other options, I'm going to be buying the Bandai Toy Company.
Nice little nod to Bandai.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So we wind up with the cryonic, robotic, omni-cybernetics. My bridges, or my major defense towers are back. Not that I'll be able to get it.
I thought about saving for that.
Eh. We are going to... I'm going to discard that one. And collect.
Have you triggered Eureka?
No.
Okay, I did, so I will grab that.
The giant hamster wheel power plant.
I didn't want you to have that one.
What did that one do?
For every your turn industrial, you collect 3 VP.
I have the rivals turn 1. And you notice I have a thing here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for money in a Eureka. I'm going to discard. How much money do you have? 7?
Mm-hmm.
Do I care if you have either of them, really?
I've already went.
Oh, that's right. So it doesn't really matter.
Nope.
And you have how much money?
2.
I'll discard the cryonic robotic omni cybernetics so I can gain 3 cash.
You just wanted to say it.
And I don't gain Kaiju. Yay! But I do trigger a Eureka. So, hi.
And that is going to be...
So is this the last round, or how does this work?
I think he gets the last pick, and that's it. So what are you doing, good sir?
Well, I don't think it really matters. I'm going to...
Players finish the current turn, yeah.
Yep.
I'll discard blue, gain 3
More money
moolah,
for me.
1 more Eureka, and 1 more Kaiju.
Okay. So I think we should probably count up our points
Yeah.
and then come back.
All right, but folks, we'll be back after we do some tallying, because this requires math and math.
Yep.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have just wrapped up our Kaiju Incorporated game and done some tallying, and I have a feeling I'm not walking out of this booth alive.
So Joe won. What's your score, Joe?
71.
71.
Joe, how high do the scorecards go?
39.
Just wondering.
What was your score?
48.
40. 70 what?
71.
71. 48.
Yeah.
For anyone out there that's a fan of Babylon 5, you'll get the reference. You can go to hell, and you can go to hell, and just so you don't feel left out, you can go to hell. 28.
I swerved well.
Game. So, Mike, good job for staying on the scorecard.
Yeah.
For making yourself appear to be a threat.
Yeah, I actually see. Here was my mistake, right? Let me see one of the scorecards. Here was my mistake. You see, I thought it was like The Price is Right. You know, the closest to 39 without going over wins. That was what I was shooting for. So, you know, no. Yeah. It's a fun game, though. It really is. It's a fairly enjoyable little game, I think.
Pay attention to what cards people get from the new products.
Yeah.
I've scored over half my points off of 2.
Yeah.
They went for flat VP rewards. We saw the difference.
Yeah. So, what do we like?
It's very interesting because the whole Kaiju attack thing can really screw with you. Mm-hmm. Like originally I went and grabbed a new product that went off of construction for your turn construction cards. I only had 2 at the end of the game because they noticed that. I got a horde of industrials and then basically managed to get gifted by the heavens both a rival's turn 1 for 3 VP per, which is a lot of points, and a 2 VP per industrial card. It worked out.
First things first, I love the artwork for
I
this
love
game.
the names. Screw the artwork. The names
Yeah.
alone are just hilarious.
They put
the
thought
artwork's
into
even
this.
better.
They put thought into this. There's references in here to all kinds of different kaiju, tokusatsu, different things in here. Even some that realistically aren't really even what you would think of as kaiju, or certainly don't fall into that realm of being kaiju in origin, because if you look through here, yeah, you got stuff like Mothbala, which didn't even pop up, or you've got stuff like Thorzilla, which is a stand-in for Godzilla, and I say that because there's Mechathor, even though it's not quite the same thing, but you get the idea. But you've also got Queen Konga, which is a riff on King Kong, who is not a kaiju in the realm that it's not a Japanese monster movie. Or Amanda, which would be Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. They certainly fill into that vibe.
Larger than life
Yeah.
characters. Yeah.
Who probably trample a lot of things.
Yeah.
Of being giant monsters. I mean, they are kaiju in that regard, but not what you typically think of when you say the term.
And it's kind of fun being put on the side of, we don't really care about the kaiju attacks. They're going to happen.
Yeah.
A lot. We care about the rebuild.
Yeah.
It's not just part of what the game does. As Mike proved, you really do wind up rebuilding, because I don't think you ended with any of your original starter cards.
No, I did. I still had 2 of my starting cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought 2 of them got blown up. Whatever.
So there's a lot of factors to think about in this game.
There are.
And you
How willing are you to take kaiju?
Right.
How willing are you to pose a trap that forces other people to think that you're going to care about getting kaiju, and you got to read it because that mattered?
And not all kaiju affect you. They can affect other people.
Like Amanda, like you went and said,
Right.
all right, and then you handed me a card that helped me win the game.
You're
You just
welcome.
didn't know that yet.
You're welcome. So, but yeah, it's you can get hyper focused though on one thing if you're not careful.
Oh, yeah.
You have to be able to sort of multitask in this.
If I kept struggling for the construction, I'd have like 20 points.
Right.
Instead, I recognized what you
Yeah.
handed me.
Yeah, I know. I know you don't have 27 points. I know. I will say there's
Red for the win.
there are things in this game that I will honestly I'm not a huge fan of, or I think other games do better. The component quality to me could be better, but it could be worse. The cards aren't bad. They're just plastic coated cards. So this is bog standard in that regard. I prefer.
But they have interesting artwork even on
they
these
do.
backs.
They
Like
do.
this, as simple as it is, screams your 2 a.m. infomercial
Sure.
ad style. Why not?
Oozes flavor. I will never argue with the flavor. But the cards themselves, I prefer a linen or some sort of textured finish. These don't have that. It's a 3 to 5 player game that has a 2-player variant in the box in the rule book, which means it's a 3 to 5 player game with wasted text in the rule book because you shouldn't play it as a 2-player game.
Right.
And I don't think there ever is such a. It's just like Seven Wonders in that regard. Seven Wonders has a 2-player variant in the box too, but then they made Seven Wonders dual. You figured that one out.
But they don't trick you on the box by saying
No,
2
they
to
don't.
5 players.
No, they don't.
You
They
know,
say 3 to
so
5 straight up, and then it's like, oh,
Right.
somebody didn't show up.
If
or
you don't have
whatever.
enough friends, you can make up a rule.
Or you're at it. Well, this is definitely.
So
One thing they also say on this is 60-minute playtime. I don't think we hit quite 60 minutes.
No,
I
I
don't
think
know
we-
exactly how long we ran, but definitely
we were
ran
about-
longer than you'd expect for a game that comes in a package that is literally almost back pocket capable.
I don't know. I think we hit about 40-something, 45 or 48 minutes. So we were close.
Yeah, if it's not as quick a game as some others that
Right.
have this really compact design and
the box
Fairly
is,
simple
is,
mechanics,
is
really.
actually amazingly heavy duty. I know that doesn't really matter,
No, it doesn't.
no, it does.
but it is. And,
Trust me, we've had games where the boxes are the worst part and get immediately deep six for something better.
But for a $15 game, you really do get a lot.
Yes,
in
you do.
there.
Oh yeah,
You do.
It's not just you're actually tracking 3 different resources. You're tracking your kaiju attacks. You're tracking your technology, and you're also tracking your yen. So
income.
right, your income, and so there's a lot to it. It's not just a drafting game, but there's a lot of sort of manipulation to it.
Somewhere between drafting and resource management is where
Yeah.
this game falls. I will applaud them for using cards and tokens for everything to keep it compact. A different company or a different style or a different designer, those kaiju, if this was Fantasy Flight, those kaiju and Yurika things would have been dials.
Yeah.
And chances are so would have the income card and things like that. But
And it might even have a playboard at that point.
yeah, it might have a board or something, but it's also unnecessary. This is very streamlined, very simple. I like the box. I like the small profile of it.
I think also, to this game's credit, granted everything is in this kaiju-oriented package of theme. I'm pretty sure I could bring this to some friends of mine who have no real attachment to anything from that genre.
Sure.
Save maybe Pacific Rim, because that was genre breaking for a lot of folks who never really had kaiju films. But that aside, I don't think they would have cared about the flavor and the theme. They'd have fun with this as the game anyway, and just because of some of the really absurd names, regardless of not getting any of the background references that they're trying to make. So I think it's a good game for outside of just kaiju fans in that sense.
Here's a screwball thing, because over the last month, we've actually done a couple of tokusatsu games, for all intent and purpose, or tokusatsu related. I'm the Denzi caster guy, so go figure. I find that interesting. I will say this: King of Tokyo, which we've already covered. King of Tokyo would be a great way, I think, to find a tokusatsu fan and intro them to board games, because it's a subject matter that they already have a like for, and now
it's
we're
a
going to play a
very
game
clean
around
game,
it.
yeah.
It's a very simple, clean design. This is a very simple, clean game with some thought put into it, and this would be the game I would break out if I had a bunch of gamers over to the house and go, hey, do you actually want to get some of those jokes? And then you can...
The flip
let's,
side.
Let's watch
I like
Godzilla
it.
now.
Right.
But it
Or
could also,
pop Pacific Rim in the background, depending on your type
Exactly.
of area.
Yeah.
And then watch them suddenly go, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This card, the movie.
Yeah. I would get this for my collection, I think, just because I enjoy the concept of it. So good news for you.
Because I have an extra game I accidentally hit buy twice.
And didn't check your cart.
So he actually has 2 copies of it. I'm gonna grab one of his, so that he doesn't have to go through returning it to an online retailer. But if you're looking, the reason I'm gonna buy it is because I like the theme. The gameplay itself, I own games that do this better.
Yeah.
Seven Wonders does this better. There are other drafting games that are better drafting games than this. And I don't know how much, strictly looking at it from a gamer standpoint, that I want a ton of resource management mingling with my drafting game. So that's where I fall. It's a fun game. It's a flavorful game. The flavor and theme is why I'm going to add it to the title, because it's not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination.
It's a good game that could be better.
Yes.
Is what you're getting at.
Yes.
And you're sold more on the
theme.
other sides aside from the core.
Like, I don't like the theme behind Seven Wonders. I'm not a huge fan of the Seven Wonders of the Ancient World, even though I was a history major in college. That's not my area of love and expertise in history. I don't like the theme of the game as much.
If I want to play...
But it's a better game, better drafting game, I think, than this.
When it comes to Seven Wonders, I agree. Because if I want to play a game with all that type of thematic history stuff that they try to implement in that, it's called Sid Meier's Civilization.
Yeah, but
It's called I'd rather play a computer game that has that can honestly be played single player if I want to get all of that crap.
Yeah, but that one takes 40 minutes. The other one takes 5 years. So, what you guys? Any closing thoughts? I guess.
I love the inventiveness.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that, above all else, is what would sell this game to me. Because, I mean, they even make the reference to the game-ending product, which is Kaiju Skate handbags. Who would think of that?
I will say this. I really wish that perhaps these were shuffled in somewhere. I wish that there were other things, like maybe the last 10 cards and you shuffle 2 of these in it, so you didn't know when the end was coming. I've seen that mechanic done before and done better.
I suppose that could be an improvement. One of the reasons why I'm actually okay with there being 5 is depending on when you trigger these.
Oh, people could get a bunch of them, sure.
We had a setup where if it went another round, and we got another board that had 3 or all technology cards to be discarded, you were gaining how much?
There were sometimes 4 or 5 Eureka, or 5 technology and one discard. So
Yeah, there was a lot of Eureka that can be created pretty quickly, so I'm not as against there being multiple copies.
I just wish it wasn't as predictable to know when the end is coming.
that makes sense.
But that's me.
I kind of understand that. In any case, I don't have nearly as many reservations gameplay mechanics-wise as Mike, so this is definitely firmly up there on my recommendation list.
Oh, I still give it a thumbs up. I do like it.
Nathan, any last words from you? Or
Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad I bought it. You definitely
that's always the best recommendation. Someone's glad they got the thing.
But it is a game I would have to play with people who appreciated this style and the genre. I couldn't take this home and play it with my family.
Sure.
I also think, actually,
You have to play it with semi-like-minded
individuals. I also think this is a game that has an experience curve to it.
Yes.
Because just thinking about it, there are plays that we probably would have made differently knowing the game better than we do.
Oh, heavens,
So it
yes.
may get to a point where it gets a little dull because you wind up knowing how to react, but
Yeah. But
that's a late purchase
Yeah.
concern, not a you're going to get at least a dozen games out of this and have a blast.
But for 3 brand new players of the game, I mean, I had just seen a review of it for 3 new players, and we picked it up quick. We had some laughs. We enjoyed it. I mean, that's worth $15.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Well, on that very positive note, thanks for joining us here on RQR today, and we're going to thank Geek Out Games once more because we're here and they've been nice enough to let us do this, which is fairly awesome for all the conveniences it gives us. In any case, I've been your Ronin the Know, Mr. Joe, joined by Mike and Nathan. You take care out there, and we'll see you again next time.